Hello. Assalamualaikum. So in this video, I will show you how to sketch ataupun how to graph a different type of function, and also we are going to find the domain and its corresponding range. Okay, let us begin with the simple function. We call it a linear function. So linear function is in the form of y equal to ax plus b. So in this case, a adalah 2, b is 3. So how to sketch this graph of linear function? Very easy then, because this is just a straight line. Okay, straight line graph. So we can see here, this is the basic graph for linear, y equal to x. So kalau you ada graph 2x plus 3, ada constant here, then you have to find what will be the x and y intercept. Okay, macam biasalah you cari when x intercept y equal to kosong, when y intercept x equal to kosong. So we have the point here, intersection point, then just draw the straight line graph. So this is the simplest function. So we move on to how to find the domain. So what is the domain, class? So the domain adalah the set of all possible x value. So kalau x value, you have to look at the x-axis lah. So x value in which the function exists. So kalau you tengok function straight line ni kan, 2x plus 3, what would be the possible value for x? Adakah x can be any real number? So kalau you insert any real number, adakah function ni exist? Okay, itulah maksudnya the domain. So kalau kita tengok dekat graph ni dia akan dia move from negative infinity to positive infinity. So we can conclude that dekat sini the domain of the linear function is all real number. Kalau kita guna algebraic method, you insert any value kan, the function exists. Okay, what will be the corresponding range? So kalau you tengok graph ni dia boleh go from negative infinity. So kita baca dari bottom to up lah, dari negative infinity to positive infinity along y-axis. So therefore, we conclude that the range is between negative infinity to infinity juga, ataupun all real number. Okay, moving on to the polynomial with power of 2, or we call it quadratic function. So kalau quadratic function selalunya kita panggil dia apa? Parabola, dia open up ataupun open down. Okay, this is the basic parabola function, y equal to x squared. So let us try example, y equal to x squared plus 3. So in this case, what will be the shape of the parabola or quadratic function? Dia masih lagi open up. Sebab apa? Sebab A dia positive. So here we have plus 3, means that you have to shift the graph, the basic graph x squared ni, you have to shift it. Shift dia berapa? 3 units up lah. Okay. And then we have the vertex at point 0, 0, 3. Alright. So vertex yang asal, basic graph adalah 0, 0. So shift 3 unit upward. So you have here the vertex dah jadi apa ni? 3, 0, 3. Alright. So now we want to know what will be the domain. So kalau you tengok graph ni, the domain from left to right. So x can be any real number kan. Jadinya the domain dia adalah the set of all real number, ataupun you can rewrite dia dalam bentuk open interval negative infinity to infinity. Alright, what will be the range? Okay, kalau you tengok range kat sini kan, you baca dari bawah, bottom to up. So maksudnya the lowest value dia untuk range adalah dari 3. Inclusive of 3 upward. So maksudnya dari 3 to positive infinity. Okay, kita baca dari bawah ke atas lah. Sebab range kan. So the range adalah the set of all possible value of y given the domain. Alright. So 3 to infinity. Okay, moving on to, so we see the cubic function. So the polynomial with degree of 3. So what would be the basic graph? So this is the basic graph for the cubic function where you have y equal to x cubed. And then if let's say the question asks you sketch the graph of the cubic function x minus 3 to the power of 3. Okay, now you have here expression x minus 3. So what will be the graph look like? Okay, sama je sebab graf dia adalah cubic, dia akan jadi bentuk yang sama. Cuma apa? You have to shift. Okay, you have to shift apa? 3 units to the right of x cube. Okay, 3 units to the right. So kalau you ada x minus 3, you have to move ataupun shift 3 units to the right of x3. So kalau you ada here x plus 3, so you have to shift the basic graph to the left. Berapa unit lah? Depend on the value here. Alright, so what will be the domain? Okay, you tengok domain dia. X can be any value from negative infinity to positive infinity juga. Tak ada restriction. Okay, you boleh rewrite dalam bentuk ni ataupun you boleh bagi dalam bentuk simbol real number R. And then what will be the corresponding range? Sama jugalah. Okay, the range take the value from negative infinity to infinity. But bila you masukkan any value here, the function exists. Tak ada masalah. Jadi ni x can be any real number. Alright, kita proceed dengan reciprocal function. Okay, apa itu reciprocal function? When you have px over qx. Macam tu dalam bentuk ratio. Okay, let us see the basic function 1 over x ataupun 2 ke 3 over x. Dia bentuk je masih sama. Okay, the graph will not touch x and y exists. Okay. So maksudnya kalau basic graph ni, x exists ni adalah, x exists maksudnya y equal to 0 will be the horizontal asymptotes. Y exists ni, x equal to 0 will be the vertical asymptotes. So dia ada dua asymptotes kat sini. So the line cannot touch. Sebab apa? Sebab x is not defined at 0. Alright? So we have the question here as x equal to 2 over x minus 1. So this is the basic graph. So what will be the graph if you have 2 over x minus 1? Okay, kita tengok the shift berapa. Okay, first step kita kena tengok dulu denominator. So bila you ada function reciprocal, you kena tengok dulu check the denominator. So the denominator cannot be 0. Maksudnya the function is not defined at x equal to 1. So function ni tak boleh lah x equal to 1 lah. So kalau 1 minus 1 dah jadi 0, undefined. Therefore, x equal to 1 is the vertical asymptotes. So kalau tadi basic graph, x equal to 0 kan? Is the vertical asymptotes. Okay, now dia dah move ataupun dia shift to the left or to the right. X equal to 1 means that the the basic graph ni, reciprocal graph ni, shift 1 unit to the right. Okay, 1 unit. So you have x equal to 1 as the vertical asymptote, and then you just draw lah. Okay, draw the same shape. Right, sebab kita just sketch ya. Dan seterusnya kita tengok what will be the domain and range. Okay, what will be the domain, class? So you read from left to right. Domain kan, x values. So x values can take any value ke? Tak, dia ada restriction dekat x equal to 1. So means that x can take any real numbers except at x equal to 1. Dia tak define at this point. So, jadinya we rewrite, you akan dapat domain of the function from negative infinity to 1. Okay, exclude the endpoint union with 1 to infinity. So what will be the range? So the range adalah dia ada horizontal asymptote kat sini pada line y equal to 0. So means that you nampak tak graf ni dia tak boleh touch x axis yang mana y equal to 0. So y equal to 0 here adalah horizontal asymptotes. Therefore the range will be from negative infinity, you baca dari bawah sebab along y axis. Negative infinity to 0, exclude, union with 0 to infinity. Okay, kita proceed lagi. Another function, root function. So root tu macam square root lah ataupun cubic macam tu cube root. So katakanlah you ada basic graph for root function square root of x. So what will be the graph? So the graph akan take from 0. Kalau you tengok kat sini dia di atas sahaja, atas paksi x. Sebab apa? Sebab dia square root. Square root mestilah always positive lah. Okay. So this is the basic graph. Now we look at the given example. Square root of x minus 3. So you akan shift the graph to the left or to the right. Okay. So we will shift 3 units. So kalau x minus 3 means that we will shift 3 units to the right. Okay, we will shift 3 units to the right. And then we have here x equal to 3. So the point will start at x equal to 3 lah. Okay. Towards ni. Okay, what will be the domain and range? So kalau you tengok domain ni, dari kiri ke kanan ni baca. Okay, from left to right. So dia start dengan 3 lah kat sini. 3 onwards. Okay. Towards right. So 3 to positive infinity. So that will be the domain. So how about the range? So the range dari sini lah you baca. Dari apa? 0 to ke atas. 0 to positive infinity. Okay, senang je. Okay, try this. Nanti I will ask you during class ya. So katakanlah you have fx equal to set of 3 minus x. So tadi x minus 3 kan. Now 3 minus x. So what will be the graph? Okay. The root function graph. So another question, when you have under the set negative x. So what will be the graph look like? Yeah. And then moving on to the absolute value function. So absolute value function for the basic graph adalah dia akan symmetric pada y-axis. Okay, so you have like this lah. Okay, if you insert any value of x here, you akan dapat positive of y. Alright, So let us look at the given example. Fx equal to absolute of x plus 2. So plus 2 means that you have to shift 2 units to the left. Alright? 2 unit to the left. So kalau plus 2, 2 unit to the left. Kalau minus 2, dia akan opposite direction lah. And then what will be the graph? Dia akan symmetric about line x equal to negative 2. Alright? Seterusnya kita akan cari what will be the domain. Okay, kalau you tengok domain kat sini, it can take the value of any real number. You tengok point merah-merah ni, dia ke kiri, ke kanan, semua ada. So maksudnya, the domain is all real number. How about the range? Okay, you baca dari bottom to up. Okay, bottom to up, you know that merah ni, this start pada line x-axis. So maksudnya y0 lah. So 0 upwards. Okay, so the range will be 0 to positive infinity. Alright, try this. Another equation when you have x minus 2. And then another one more question when you have function of x minus 2 plus 3. So kalau plus 3 ni agak-agak you akan shift mana? Atas, bawah, kiri, kanan. Okay, think about that. And then kita tengok last function for this video presentation, piecewise function. Okay, nama pun piece maksudnya a pieces of function. Okay, pieces of function for each given interval. Maksudnya dia dah bagi you more than one function given the subdomain. So kalau ni, kalau kita panggil sebelum ni single function, domain, this is we call subdomain. So function pertama adalah equal to 5 for nilai x between negative 2 and 0 inclusive. And then function is equal to absolute of x minus 1 for the given subdomain x between 0 ke 2, 2 inclusive, 0 is not included. While the last function adalah x square. Okay, the last piece here, x between 2 and 3. So you nampak kat sini x ni tak termasuk endpoint ni, tetapi x define pada 3 ni termasuk. Alright, let us sketch the graph of a piecewise function. Okay, bila you nak sketch graph of pieces of functions ni, you kena tahu dulu dia punya, you kena take note of the subdomain, very important. So kita tengok yang pertama, fx equal to 5. So the subdomain is between negative 2 and 0 inclusive. So how we sketch it? So you have here negative 2 and 0. Okay, negative 2 and 0. Maksudnya graph tu within this interval sahaja. So where is y equal to 5 ataupun fx equal to 5? So it's a straight line, a constant function, so you have like this lah. Lebih kurang y equal to 5. So within the interval dia bagi ni. And then kita tengok the second pieces of function, y equal to absolute. So kalau absolute ni minus 1. So kita nak shift mana kelas? So you kena tengok kat sini within this interval, 0 ke 2. Okay, let us sketch. Okay, you kena tengok dulu, masukkan nilai 0. The endpoint dia, endpoint. When x equal to 0, f0 is equal to 1. And then another endpoint here, 2. When x equal to 2, f2 equal to 1. Both equal to 1. So we sketch on a graph. Okay. within the given interval. So, dia punya highest ni adalah 2 and then 0. 0 not included. So, you have the shape of this lah. Not included so unbold. So, ni I boldkan. So, this is the shape of the graph. Because, kenapa dekat 1 dia symmetric ni? Sebab x minus 1. Okay, you shift daripada 0 ke 1 unit lah. Shift 1 unit to the right. Okay, seterusnya kita tengok the last piece, x square. So, this is the quadratic function. But, tapi you tengok within the interval 2 to 2 to 3. Okay, so you insert dulu value when x equal to 2, the lowest point ni. And then, when x equal to 3. Okay, once you dah dapat, barulah you draw. So, you nampak dekat sini, interval dia 2 ke 3. 2 to 3. So, mesti within this. So, when x equal to 2, y equal to 4. So, here lah within this area. And then, when x equal to 3, f equal to 9. 3, 9. So, you dah tahu shape kalau untuk quadratic adalah open up tu macam parabola. So, but here you ambil just portion of the parabola lah, part je lah. Contohnya macam gini lah, lebih kurang walaupun tak accurate. Okay, so you have y equal to x square. So, this is the shape. So, kalau you turun lagi ke bawah, you akan dapat bentuk parabola lah. Cuma because kita kena restrict our ni within the interval yang dibagi 2 dengan 3. So, this is we call piecewise defined functions at the given interval. So, kalau dekat sini x equal to 2 not included kan? That's why kat sini saya unbold. So, this is bold Alright. So, apa lagi yang penting kita perlu tahu? Kita mestilah cari what would be the domain. Okay, so the domain for the piecewise function, you bacalah dari kiri ke kanan along x-axis. So, you tengok negative 2 masuk ke? Okay, masuk. Kosong pun masuk kan? How about 1? 1 pun masuk. 2 pun masuk. And then 3 pun masuk. Maksudnya the lowest point dia adalah negative 2. While the highest point dia adalah 3. Means that the domain of the piecewise function is negative 2 ke 3 inclusive. And then what will be the range? The corresponding range. You baca dari mana ke mana kelas? Dari bottom to up. Okay, so kalau dari bottom to up, you tengok 0, 1, 4, 5, 9. Okay, yang mana dia exist? Dia lalulah maksudnya. Dia passes through. Okay, 0 to 1. Termasuk ke? Dalam range? Termasuklah sebab dekat sini pun inclusive. So, 0 to 1. So, antara 1 to 4 ada ke? Okay, ada tak? Any line passes through this region? Tak ada kan? So, and then kita tengok seterusnya 4 to 5. Okay, 4 to 5 inclusive lah. Cuma 4 not included but 5 inclusive. Dan seterusnya ke atas, you tengok ni. So, maksudnya dari 4 to 9 lah. So, therefore, we have the range for the piecewise function equal to 0 to 1 included because ada ni. Union with 4 to 9. Okay, the endpoint ni termasuk. 4 ni tak termasuk. Alright. Itu saja. So, taklah orang kata susah how to sketch the graph of different type of function and finding the domain in it. Alright, till then, thank you. Assalamualaikum.